Right. So what is the soul and how can you feel it and why is it important? This is something I've been exploring consciously for about 30 years, but actually it's been ongoing my whole life, 5 decades now. And just a little background story. Since I was very little, I know and I saw my soul coming down to earth. I saw how my soul came in a spirit body down to earth and into the fetus in my mother's womb. So that was my new mothership, sort of, for a while until I was born into this human form. And if that sounds far off for you, well, how about your phone? How many apps do you download from an invisible source? And then you can interact with the app. For me, it's totally natural. And also, this is why I learned to astral travel as a very young boy. And it was a way for me to find comfort and security in other places because Earth didn't feel very safe for me. There was a lot of stuff going on that I was not comfortable with. And after many years of trauma healing, experimenting with all kind of stuff, not many drugs actually, mainly alcohol and yeah, alternative healing, and some of them were not very good for me. And also I traveled the world. I lived in over 50 places. I lived in America for 3 years, in Denmark for 6, a bit in Asia. I have had over 30 jobs in my life. I was really not grounded, but also it learned me a lot because I met a lot of people living, dying, with a purpose, without a purpose. And when I started to work with a spiritual mentor about 30 years ago, she taught me how to get a physical sense for what is the soul. And then I have been refining this for many, many years. So to make it as simple as possible, and why this is important, you can come from anywhere, and most people do. So yeah, you're born in a body somewhere on Earth. There are Earth stars where the soul actually comes from Earth. And many of us do not. We come from all over the place. We are multidimensional beings. And your soul is much bigger than your body. But you do have a soul connection in your solar plexus. You can almost hear it on the name, just a different spelling. And your spirit body is all around you. That's why you have an aura. So you can feel in your solar plexus a physical, tangible feeling. And many people, that's how it was for me. It's not accessible because we're not trained into this kind of thinking. And I will go more into depth on this. And when we receive something, eternal truths, either from Mother Earth or a trusted source, infinity, divine spirit, we make it ours when we bring it to our heart and communicate from our heart. Because we humans, we are responding to emotions. So we communicate with emotions. And as long as we're in a human form, Earth is our anchor point. So I'm from Arcturus, and so is my darling wife and sidekick here today, Yvonne. That's why our communication is works pretty good most of the times. Kind of speak the same language, and we have a similar mission and purpose on Earth. And but in this form, Earth is my anchor point. And the reason I know it is because a year ago I made spontaneously an astral travel to the center of the Earth. And I met with the spirit of Mother Earth, Gaia. And it was absolutely amazing. It was totally unexpected. And from that day, things started to change dramatically. Because when I receive a lot of messages, and if I'm not anchored, I can get really, really confused. Sometimes in my life, many times, I didn't know what to do with it really. And sometimes I just follow direction here and there, and God knows where. But when it's grounded and you can have a feeling inside of you, okay, is this message for me? Is it now? Is it from a trusted source? Well, you always, always, always have to decide if a message that you receive is true for you or not. So in a perfect world, everyone is their own guru. And Matilda, you write in the chat, your description of the soul resonates deeply in me. It's great. Can you feel it in your body yet? Great. Good. And some of us feel like maybe I don't have a mission or I don't know it. Do I have to have a purpose? Well, for me, it really helps if I'm anchored both here physically in the present moment and in a purpose that I feel aligned with. And for me, it's quite simple. I help people remember their wholeness and their own power, purpose, and presence. But presence always comes first. And in today's society, we are so distracted from disinformation, overload of any information, good or bad, even if there is no good or bad, but that's another discussion. We are bombarded with information from social media. There's a lot of information to sort through, and genetically, we still kind of in the Stone Age. So we are slowly adaptive to this massive change. And the more anchored you are and less distracted, the easier you can find your inner peace, which is very important. Because how do you know what is true if you read it on the news, in a newspaper, or hear it on the news, or whatever is broadcasted on social media. I mean, how many channels do we have? A lot. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. And it's so easy to get lost scrolling. And that's where you lose yourself. Most people do. So here's a little tip. Just when I thought about it, I have a new home screen. This works for Android. Maybe there is a similar way to do it on iPhone. I have removed, I don't know if you can see it, all of my visible apps. And I can put it, yeah, didn't see it very well, I'm sorry. Anyway, I sort of removed all the colorful apps into a text form. And I'm less prone to scrolling. And whenever I scroll more than 4 or 5 minutes, even if I search for information, there is a little reminder. You've been on Facebook for 5 minutes. And like, oh, yeah, I can feel it in my body. Oops, okay. And these times, are they more challenging than ever? Well, that's programming as well. That's what you hear all the time. And yes, time is accelerating. The forces are more powerful. The destructive forces, the creative forces, love forces, any force out there is more loud. There is more noise. So you really have to discern, because now we are changing frequency, right? In the For a very long time, we've been in a very kind of low frequency. We are changing our frequency to more of an unconditional love. A clean slate, absolutely. Yeah, I will put what I'm using in the comment on Facebook after the streaming. And yes, you can get lost in spirituality. I did for many, many years. And it wasn't very fun, I can tell you. Well, it's exciting when you receive a message, but if it's not practically useful, there's no point really. So I'm channeling different sources, mostly the Elohims from Arcturus. And yeah, I know Elohim is God in Hebrew, but we are all gods and goddesses. The only thing is that we need to realize it as well. And they are not shy to call themselves a collection of divine beings that are here to help us to, remember who we are. That's it. And I'm also channeling a collective of autistic people, nonverbal, that gather every morning, 5 a.m. here in Sweden, on a different frequency, in a different dimension. And since January or February, I was invited to participate because we were already communicating in the real world. And they realized that we could tap into each other's thoughts. If you ever heard about telepathy tapes, there you got proof enough. Anyway, so they wanted to give you a message today. I talked to them this morning. And this is something I shared before, but they thought it was timely that I do it again. Spirituality has very little meaning if it's not practically useful and can be felt in the body. Otherwise, it's mostly a fantasy that has nothing to do with earthly life. The material has very little meaning if it's not ensouled with love and purpose. So if you're, this is a parenthesis, so for people who are only materially oriented, many can have like a less sense of purpose. Because if you just fill up your life with material stuff, and then what? There is an end to how much you can have. But soulful use of material things, that's another story. Okay, back to the quote. When spirit and matter unite, it becomes alive and divine. A tree constantly exchanges energy and nourishment between earth and heaven. You can always practice such contact with a tree, and you can receive a wisdom or two if you listen tenderly to what the tree wants to convey. When your contact with God and Gaia breathes through your spine and all the way down to your feet, you become more here, more you, more integrated, and your earthly purpose more spiritually anchored. You are all living gods and goddesses, life's walking trees, or whatever you find useful as an analogy. That is what spiritually embodied means. And they send a greeting. We love and believe in you. The question is, how much can you love and believe in yourself? So, I'm also here to help people remember this connection, to bridge the spiritual with the material, heaven and earth. And I mean, it's nothing new. It's just, it got lost somehow along the way, especially the last 200 years or so with the industrialization. Monica, you ask, where are the names coming from? Elohim of Arcturus. Arcturus is a star, solar system actually, about 38 light years from here, and there are a lot of them. And Elohim is a collection of souls that I've been working with now for the last year to help us, as I said before, remember who we are. And Elohim is just a translation for so that we better can understand what it's about. It's about something divine. A collection of beings who realized they are divine beings that can assist us in our own awakening down here. And maybe you have heard about the Pleiadians. I think I heard about it like 20, 30 years ago when I met some friends in America. And there are Sirius, there are Mintaka, there are so many places. It's not really important. When it comes down to it, we're actually all from the same intelligence, from the same spark. We are all one, but we have different ways of expressing it. So now that we are sort of, many of us are separated from the one, whatever spirit, God you want to call it. One of our missions are also to remember, honor that, hey, whatever I meet, whoever I meet, is a reflection of something inside of me that I either like or dislike, but we're from the same source. And of course, only accept what I'm saying within your own system, if it's true or not for you. But this is my experience after many lifetimes. So I would like to take you on a little journey to explore what this soul connection feels like or can be felt like in your body. So sit comfortably, preferably feet on the ground, and put a hand below your navel, your second chakra. Just take the hand that feels right for you. And inside of there is your life force. And you can pretend it's an orange ball of energy. And now you're gonna let it sink easily and effortlessly down into your right leg, through your right knee, calf, and through your right foot, into the floor. And it doesn't matter if you're in an apartment or a house or in a tent. If you have people in a flat below you, doesn't matter. This is your energy and your connection. So let your ball of energy come easily down into the earth. Take a deep breath in and out. And let this ball of energy travel through all the layers of soil, sand, water, rocks, crystals, until it reaches the center of the earth. The spirit Gaia. And she has an enormous love for you. All of your cells are made of material from the earth. Your clothes, everything you can see and touch around you are from earth. It's because of her love that you are incarnated here. And she's with you 24/7, whether you want it or not. And you can fill up your ball of energy with her unconditional love. And maybe your feet start to tingle a bit, or vibrate, or somewhere else in your body. Just allow it. This is a sacred grounding. Say thank you in your own way, and let your ball of energy easily and effortlessly come up again through all the thousands of layers of crystals, rocks, water, sand, soil, until it reaches the surface of the earth. And let it come up again easily and effortlessly through all the layers needed, and come into your left foot and up through your left leg, your calf, knee, thigh, and into your second chakra again. Now you're grounded in a very sacred way. Keep your hand on the belly below the navel, and you can put the other hand on your heart. Just stay with yourself, with your body. Feel your feet. Just let your breathing come naturally. Now you're going to allow the purest form of divine intelligence come down to you. So you just stay where you are. And let this divine intelligence, wisdom come down to you in a form of light into your head, softly, your neck, shoulders, and into your heart. Now you're connected both with heaven and earth within you. And here comes the magic. Now we're going to alchemize those wonderful energies. So I will stand up a bit so you can see it on the screen. Bring both of your hands together so that they both rest on your solar plexus. And you can sit down if you want to, or keep standing up, that's fine. And here we're going to alchemize and merge the energy of heaven and earth within your unique soul connection point in your solar plexus. And maybe you start to feel something. Something is changing slowly in your body. Just allow it. If there's a tension, just, okay, breathe into it. Now bring both of your hands up towards your heart. So you bring this wonderful soul energy into your heart and make it fully yours with love and compassion for yourself, so that you can love and be compassionate to others. If you separate your hands just a little, you can let this amazing energy spread out into all of your body. If you want, you can use your hand to balance your aura. And just feel what's going on in your hands, in your body. When this wonderful energy spread out to every single cell in your whole body. Earth's love and heaven's wisdom alchemized within you. so that your soul comes alive again, even if it was a bit sleeping. Your unique soul energy. And just stay in this for a little while. And slowly come back again. Stretch your body a bit, whatever you feel like, whatever your body wants to do. Thank you. How do you feel? Just take a moment to reflect. You can either share it or just feel inside of you. How does it feel to be fully me here now? Free from distractions. This is a way to reset, to help you focus on what's most important in your life. And if you don't know what's most important in your life, maybe you will have like an inspiration, a creative thought, something to explore. What is it truly that I long for right now, most of all? And what little thing can I do to get closer to that longing? Wonderful. Thank you. And I will put a link later so that you can download a recording of this meditation. In essence, this is sort of the essence of what I learned all these years. Soul searching, searching for meaning. And it opened up new pathways to truths and see through illusions. It helped me to go through challenges with more ease because I was so anchored within myself, with Earth and my trusted guides. Thank you, Monica. And this is also a way for you to access your own healing powers. We all have healing powers. A healer is someone who helps someone else to remember their wholeness. And that's why we're all here, at least from my perspective. And of course, there are disruptives. There are those who are meant to tear down old constructs, old systems, things that just don't work anymore. And sometimes that's a bit shaky. Because when the world changes in a way that we don't recognize the system or the construct anymore, it can be really shaky. And I think that more and more people want to have a deeper sense of belonging, a deeper sense of meaning. Nowadays, I know many people who just want to stay at the job because they should. No, they want a work, a vocation that makes sense to them, to their unique soul signature energy and their own feeling in the heart. What are you aligned with? So sure, we all need an income in some way or another, but it's so much more fun, it's easier if it's aligned with you. Aligned. And if you want to test something, the absolute easiest way is, for me, is muscle testing. If you can't fully find in your solar plexus and discern if something is true or not, then there's a very easy trick that I learned way back more than 20 years ago. And it helped me to actually become free from different kind of ailments that I had. Anyway, if you hold your fingers like this, I use my left hand. And if you try to separate them, you will, with the other hand, you will find if it's difficult or if it's easy to separate them. If it's difficult, then it usually means a yes. You're strong, you're anchored, you're aligned with a question that you have in mind. If I say, oh, is it good for me to eat a lot of white sugar? Nah, of course not. Well, I knew that already. I feel it in my body. It isn't. Should I go this way today? Is that in alignment with me if I can't figure it out with my intellect? I'm strong. I'm solid. Yeah, why not? Let's try it. And of course, you want to be aligned with your thoughts, your heart, and your soul connection. The difference is in your soul connection is the purest form of finding an answer. And then you can bring it to your heart, and then you can question your reasoning mind. Of course, you're not going to do anything that can be destructive for you. So when you align all of it in your body, it's easier to guide yourself in a challenge, in challenging times. If you're, or it could be something that feels kind of fine, good, but perhaps there is an ulterior motive. Someone who wants your energy for their own purpose. I've tried that a lot of times, like emotionally blackmailed. It's always good to reflect back inside of you what is true for you. Another thing I do many times, I just write, very relaxed in a meditative state when I have a question. Dear myself, is this a good idea? And I feel in my body how it feels to write yes or a no. So this is a way to explore your truth. And we all need to be truthful these times. And I urge you to be compassionate and truthful. it's going to be so much easier. Not always. Sometimes it's rough because you're tested. But deep inside, you can feel peace, even if you're doing something that's uncomfortable, because you trust yourself. So, do we have any questions so far? In that case, I would like to invite you to a moment of remembrance healing. The remembrance part is to sort of make it less pretentious. Oh my God, healing this and healing that and healing that. We are whole. We just need to remember it. You have an ailment in your body because you forgot something. Maybe a part of your soul got kidnapped, sort of, because of a trauma that happened to you. So yeah, you can you can go to healing all of your life, and not much is changing. There are so many other elements that needs to be in place. But today, I'm mostly gonna address a general remembrance of your own sacred wholeness. So if there's something you're thinking about right now, it could be anything. It could be an ailment, it could be a stress, it could be an ache in your body, it could be a really, really disturbing thought that just comes again and again and again, and you notice that it doesn't serve you. So either you can write in the chat or just keep it for yourself. The intention is the most important thing. So I ask for the highest divine wisdom and Mother Earth's unconditional love to address whatever is present right now, for anyone to remember their wholeness and create a relaxation, a remembrance of your divine spark that lives within you. So let me be an instrument and conduit for this remembrance healing. Please clear and treat any destructive thought, memory at the root, any disoriented memory, any disruptive emotion, any cell or organ that is out of alignment with what is whole and sacred. And I ask for permission to heal it at the root cause. In all lifetimes, timelines, in all dimensions. Cut any appropriate cord to the origin of a memory or event, and bring back any lost soul part into you. So that you can start to remember your sacred wholeness in complete alignment. And just know that you're a miracle, just being here. Only the bravest come to earth. And you are a miracle and a beacon of eternal potential. So that you can live your power, purpose, and presence to the fullest. It's not a coincidence you're here. You chose it. It might have been difficult. Some days have been easy, fun. Remember the joy somewhere in your life, something that makes you smile, big or small. Something joyful that makes you forget about time, just immersed in what you're doing. That kind of energy. And let that joy and peace expand in your being. And bring it to a closure. Feel your feet. Feel the earth supporting you and heaven inspiring you. With love and wisdom. Heaven always believes in you. Earth always loves you. Always. And I ask that I can surround you with amethyst purple to integrate what we just have done. So that you can stay with this and see how your days are changing. You get an inspiration that you're less prone from other people's opinions or energies, so that you stay with you. Thank you. How are you feeling? Lovely. I'm glad. So if there are no questions for the moment, then I would like to just end this with a collective remembrance healing for planet Earth. Calm and happy. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Matilda. So you can participate in this if you want to. So just a short meditation for planet Earth. And just feel your love for what you love in life. People, nature, whatever you enjoy. And visualize that you're holding Earth between your hands. And just send all your love to all who may need it right now, who are sick, poor, feel broken, or feel broke, that they may come into alignment again. The support system is always there. We just need to, or want to, open up to it. Allow it, be willing to. And trust me, Earth is a powerful being. She won't allow too much destruction. She just won't. And thank you. Okay, it was an honor to have you here today. And if you didn't sign up through Zoom, you can always send me a message on a DM on Facebook with your email if you want to be signed up for the coming Sundays. We're gonna run this at least until 28th of December. Thank you, Matilda. Centered and peace with myself. I love it. Wonderful. Thank you, Monica. And thank you, Yvonne. And thank you, everyone who's been on the live stream. All right. Have a beautiful day. And hope to see you next Sunday. Cheers. Much love.